Hello, it is Sunday, January 18th, 2026. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday crossword today, so I'm going to be solving a big themed grid entitled Use Your Words. I mean, that certainly sounds like a crossword, the name of a crossword, but I don't know what it means yet for the theme. We'll find out soon enough. And today's mysteriously titled edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Kathleen Quinn, Quotidiophile, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. It is, of course, only their generous support that allows this channel to continue as long as it has. Thank you so much to those four and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do that, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find bonus videos available to patrons, such as this past week's mini puzzle, pseudo speed solve mini crossword, and the call for questions for the upcoming backer Q&A, video Q&A, which I have to record. Anyway, thank you so much to everybody who supports the Patreon campaign at any level. I really do appreciate it. All right, let's get on to today's crossword. This is entitled Use Your Words. It's a big Sunday-themed grid by Rena Cohen. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. I have a bit of a busy morning, so I'm hoping this isn't an enormously long solve, but we'll find out. A bit of regal headwear, a tiara or a crown or a diadem, maybe? That fits this number of letters. Let's see if that actually works. Word on either side of or no. Deal or no deal. Yeah, good. Overrun, to invade. Somewhere would be to overrun it. Add electronically in a way. Add some? No, add is in the clue. Attach a file to an email? That could be right, although these don't look great. Matriarch of 6 of the 12 tribes of Israel. Is that Leah? Like a really big fan. Die-hard fan. Okay, so invade must have been wrong. So to overrun is to... I'm not sure. The total figure would be the entire figure. Like the Gospel of Mark, sequentially, question mark. After something, I don't remember the order of these. Let's see. Overrun, infest. There we go. That's more accurate to overrun than invade was. Text that says, congratulations, you've won a MacBook Pro, probably. That is most likely a scam. Hidden Figures co-star Janelle Monáe. I enjoyed that film, and she was good. Pulsates would be throbs. A molecule that might be modeled with Twizzlers and gummies in biology class. DNA, you might model the sort of double helix pattern. What kitsch exhibits? I mean, one way, I suppose, to define kitsch would be that it exhibits bad taste. Okay, so a bad thing not to get, especially at the office. I suppose it's generally seen as bad not to get the memo in a figurative sense, but at the office, maybe literally. Right, okay. Oh, after Matthew? Does the Gospel of Mark occur after the Gospel of Matthew? That seems probable to me. Use your words after Matthew. I'm assuming this is a theme answer. I mean, it's an odd phrase, right? So, aftermath, of course. So we're taking aftermath, use your words. Right, we've put you on the end of aftermath you. And so maybe use in this use your words is a punny way of referring to, it's pluralizing you, use. So we're going to put several yous after our words in this grid. I think that's probably what the theme is, but let's confirm or deny. Car financing figures, APRs, annualized percentage rates. For one to make a choice, one will opt for one of the options, I suppose, one of the available alternatives. The cinnamon dolce or the blonde vanilla at Starbucks. I guess those are lattes. Seems like a lot. Okay. Singer horn is Lena Horn. And silentium blank aureum. Silence is golden. Silentium est aureum must be silence is golden in Latin. And the 2022 World Series just says champ, so it's an individual player. So maybe the Astros were the champs, so an Astro would be one of the champs, is my guess. High degree would be the nth degree, yeah, an unspecified high degree. Is it time to rethink this relationship? Are we okay, you might ask? Stop, that hurts, owie. Trouble, oh. Maybe it's ow, ow? Because I want trouble to be woe, as in, a tale of woe, a sad tale. List shortener would be etc., and the other things. Prepare for a mechanics certification exam. Review the something. Is this the you? Reeve the something is the original phrase, maybe? I'm not sure. Breathable fabric used in mosquito nets. This should be obvious, shouldn't it? What is this? I can't think what that is. Blank child. Inner child, maybe? Rock's Plastic Ono Band. There we go. A reference to the official female solo artist of the New York Times crossword, Yoko Ono. Still not sure about the breathable fabric. Soft shots in tennis. Are those dinks? Is that like a little shot? A little sort of just dink it over? Not sure. Dalai Lama. There we go. The religious figure. Source of income for a website would be ad rate or ad sale. An ad sale would be au voile. That's a fabric, isn't it? That must be a breathable fabric used in mosquito nets. I would, if I had to guess. Okay, which I do, and I did. Central parts of planets are their cores. What a bad student might play hooky, might ditch class. Meditative chants are ohms. Like George H.W. Bush, but not George W. Bush. George H.W. Bush was a one-term president, whereas George W. Bush was president for 2 terms. If one develops alopecia, one goes bald, I believe. College town nicknamed A Squared. I don't think I'm familiar with this nickname, but my guess is Ann Arbor? No. Is it Ann Arbor without an E? Yeah, that looks right. I mean, Ann Arbor there is a college there. I'm pretty sure. I think that's correct. And it's got 2 A's. So my guess is that this is Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor, Michigan. Is it the University of Michigan? I'm actually not even sure what the school is, but I think that must be right. A hilarious thing is a gag, a joke. Starters followers, at least in the US, are entrees, whereas the entrees would be the starters in Europe. Businesses whose employees work standing up would be I can't see what it is. Carry in would be to bring something. Chiseled features could be your abs. You could have chiseled abs, muscles. Destiny in life is your lot. Your lot in life is your destiny. Hippocratic oath followers, for short, are doctors, do no harm, so on. Concert lineups are set lists. This isn't... Oh, a hilarious thing is a gas. Right, okay. So you could say, oh, that was a gas. That was a hilarious thing. All right. So that's fine. Businesses whose employees work standing up. This is going to be very obvious. For some reason, I can't think what it is. 1982 film whose name is a security program. Oh, Tron. Yeah, that sounds... I mean, that's definitely the answer. I didn't remember Tron was a security program, but that sounds correct. Oh, salons. Okay, yeah, sure. In a salon, the workers, stand so they can be above your hair. All right, so prepare for a mechanics certification exam. Review the engine. Oh, yes. Review the engine, rev the engine. It's not reeve the engine, it's rev the engine, rev view. It just sort of depends how you pronounce review or review. But yes, there we go. We've added U to rev the engine to make review the engine. Great. Okay. Menzel of Broadway, Idina Menzel, once referred to very memorably as Adele Dazeem. Hairdresser's supply is dye. Maybe they work standing up. Fish traditionally in the British dish, pie and mash. Eels, yeah. Eel pie is a traditional British dish. Guitar string material is nylon if it's a classical guitar. No, well, yeah. Yeah, classical guitar will be strung, generally speaking, with nylon strings. Plant used in pickling, dill. Yeah, you often have dill in pickled, pickle brine. Healthy, fiber-rich snack. I'm not sure. Discontinued iPods designed to fit into watch pockets. Nanos. Discontinued iPods designed to. Oh, I didn't know that. Designed to fit into watch pockets. iPod Nanos. That's interesting. Half of a popular security social media app. Half a TikTok. So I'm not sure if it's the tick or the talk bit. In that case, if so, right. If so, in that case, given that situation, part of a bedtime routine, you might read a child a story. Original people to move into Cancun's peninsula. Settlers of Yucatan? Oh, yeah, that is right. I was thinking, what an odd phrase that is. But no, but that is correct because it's the Settlers of Catan. It's the board game, and we've added "you" to it. So yeah, the Settlers of Yucatan. The Yucatan Peninsula. Wow. Okay. I wonder if that was the. I wonder if that was the kind of seed idea that gave this constructor this theme, because that's so odd. That's so specific and strange. It's such a strange phrase. I wonder if that was the one that she started with. Anyway, where some bills originate. I'm not sure what we're looking for there. Former Transportation Secretary Elaine. Oh, Elaine Chao, I believe, was once a U.S. Transportation Secretary. I hope that's right. Chinese competitor of Amazon. Oh, Temu, who I've only just realized in reading this, I'm finally not being totally inundated with ads from them on every single website. I used to, despite never using that website, I used to get ads from them constantly. High school exam whose highest score is 36. The ACT, which I don't think I've ever taken, but I know that it has a different scoring system to say the SAT. Okay, where some bills originate. Is it bills like duck bills or something? I don't know. I'm not sure what we're looking for here. Affectionate term for una madre. Mommy. The Spanish term of endearment for a mother. Oh, ATMs. Oh, right. Yes, not bills that you have to pay, but rather banknotes. In this case, probably dollar bills. All right. Don't look at me. Oh, here's our theme revealer. Don't look at me for help, or a phonetic hint to this puzzle's theme. Don't look at me for help. Sounds like a you problem. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Okay. Sounds like a you problem. So, yeah, it sounds like the word you, which we suspected based on the title of not so much based on the title of the puzzle originally, but based on this aftermath you thing. And there we go. There's our phonetic hint to the puzzle's theme. Don't look at me for help. Sounds like a you problem. Fortunately, we did manage to figure out the theme. It was an us problem, and we figured it out. If bread loses freshness, it stales. So what was this one? Designation for the Louisville Bats and Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Right, so those must be AAA baseball teams, which are minor league baseball teams. Procedure of Peacock and White in the game Clue. Mrs. Peacock and Mrs. White. Sensation is a... I don't know why I can't see what that is. Removes from the top of one's profile as an Instagram post. Can you pin things on Instagram like you can on some social media platforms? I bet that's right. So unpins, removes from the top. Hearts or spades, but not diamonds. I'm not sure. Big, commas, protagonist. Big comic protagonist, I should say. Big, I don't know, big nerd. Doesn't sound correct. Nate, maybe? This could be NATO? Yes, group that Sweden joined in 2024 is NATO, so that's probably Nate. Hearts or spades, but not diamonds. Card something? Not diamonds. So it's not card suit because diamonds is a card suit. I don't know. A healthy fiber-rich snack. Date. Dates are high in fiber. Date what? Sensation before a migraine, medically. I don't know. Feature of undermixed batter might be a lump of flour or something. Greek god whose name becomes a flower if you move the first letter to the end. Eros, whose name becomes Rose. Golden Globe nominee Rooney. Mara Rooney is an actor. Sensation before a migraine. Oh, an aura. Yes, okay, I have heard that referenced. Oh, a date bar, like a little sort of oat bar or something. Okay, gets married while wearing protective gear. Something in armor? Oops. Gets married. That's a funny one. Let's see what this ends up being. Vegas is sin, nickname for Las Vegas is Sin City. And Vegas just being, a contracted version of the name rather than saying Las Vegas is in and of itself an indicator that we're using a nickname for the city. So they don't need to say comma familiarly or something like that. Dove's dwelling, right. A dove lives in a dove cote. Dove the bird. And then here we have a series of dots, simply enough. Classic Orson Welles protagonist, Kane, Charles Foster Kane from Citizen Kane. Boy, that's a funny coincidence. Last night, I just happened to come across, I've seen Citizen Kane a few times, but not very recently. And there's an amazing shot from that film that starts on young Kane playing out in the snow, and it's he's framed pretty centrally, and then the camera pulls back, and it's actually inside, and you see it go through the window, and it keeps pulling back, and it keeps pulling back, and then you've got a conversation between adults in the foreground, and the entire time the child is still framed out through the window, and everything is in focus. It's unbelievable. It's still an absolutely incredible shot. What a great film. Anyway, Wii remote batteries are AA batteries. Sensation. Oh, I see. Like a hit, film or play or something. It's a smash. It's a sensation. Ameliorates. If you ameliorate someone's problems, you ease them. Itty bitty is wee, small, if only. I wish. So what's this? Gets married while wearing protective gear. Unites in shining armor. There we go. From the phrase knights in shining armor. There we go. Very good. We've added you to the knights. Okay, Via is, I'm not sure. Sloth in 2002's Ice Age. I've never seen that, but it looks like maybe Sid the Sloth. That's alliterative, which might be right. Via, yes, okay, Via, yes. I'm going via this street. I'm going using this street. Japanese craft that literally translates to tray planting. Bonsai? Yeah, I bet that's right. Hearts are spades, but not diamonds. Oh, card game, not a card suit. But there are games of cards called hearts and spades, but there's not a card game called diamonds. There probably is somewhere, but yeah, not a sort of widely played card game. Images that can rip off human creators, perhaps. AI somethings. Images that can rip off human creators, perhaps. Common item at a checkout line, informally. A magazine. Oh, AI art, generally. Okay. So yeah, the collective noun AI art. Go over again is to reread something. Shrek author William, I think it's really, I can't remember if it's William Steig or Steig. I think it's maybe IEG. Yeah, no, this is wrong. It's this, which I would assume is William Steig. Anyway, here we have bête noire in French. Kind of like, I guess you'd call that a sort of troublemaking maverick sort of figure. Steel girder is an I-beam on a construction site. It might come with a shell, an oar, right? So a shell, a boat that you row, and then you propel it with oars. Candies that crack with a crunch are toffees, maybe? Not sure that's right. I'm going to leave that for now. I'm not really sure. Quarrels, spats, if you have a spat, an argument, a quarrel. V to a violinist is an up bow. Is that right? As opposed to a down bow, the direction in which you're bowing the violin on a given note. Number one spot in London. Yeah, if you have to go number one, you have to use the toilet, go to the loo. And the in London doesn't necessarily specifically mean here in London, but rather in the UK generally. You might refer to the toilet as the loo. Padme Amidala's home planet in Star Wars. Right, this would be episode 1. And I do remember that there was the planet Naboo in that film. I did not remember that was her planet, but I remember that was a water planet, wasn't it? Maybe not just that. Best-selling romance author Jimenez. Abby, maybe? I'm not familiar, but that looks like it's probably right. Yes, pretzel topper is salt, so that looks good. List of restaurant offerings for kids not yet 3 years old. 2 menu. Oh, something menu. Something men. 2 oh, I can't think what it is. But we've turned men into menu. I mean, that seems clear. Because the menu is the list of restaurant offerings. We'll come back to that. Part of ENT, ear, nose, throat, ear. Honkers without horns are geese. Some lawn ornaments are gnomes. Trees with heart-shaped leaves. I'm not sure. 1 of 2,214 for Babe Ruth. RBI, maybe? Trees with heart-shaped leaves are... I don't know. Creature, cutesily. A beastie? Like, didn't the poet Rabbie Burns describe the mouse as a wee timorous beastie or something like that? Okay, list of restaurant offerings for kids not yet 3 years old. Why can I not see what this is? 2.5 menu. 2.5 men. Is that a sitcom, I think? I think that's a TV show. That sounds familiar. 2.5 men. And then 2.5 menu, right? So it's the menu for a child who is 2.5 years old or not yet 3. Okay, great. So that's right. So this does look like toffees, doesn't it? The candies that crack with a crunch. That good alliterative clue. And then last name shared by 3 actors on Schitt's Creek. That's a great show. Levy. Because I didn't realize it was 3 actors. And now I can't think of any of their names. I mean, the character who plays the kind of patriarch of the family, who's in a number of the sort of, Christopher Guest mockumentaries. How can I not think of his name? Oh, that's infuriating. And then his son, I suppose, who also plays his son in the show. And who's the other person? I don't know. Anyway, boy, that's frustrating that I can't think of their names. Oodles is lots. Trees with red-shaped leaves. I still don't, heart-shaped leaves, sorry. I read red, and my name put it into the clue, but now I don't know what it is. Source of a natural sweetener. Agave? Maybe oodles is gobs. Because agave is a natural sweetener. Trees with heart-shaped leaves. Red, yeah, I still don't know. Relative of a husky. It's a dog, I assume. 5 stars. I love it, like a film. I loved it. They're often depicted with green skin for short. ETs, extraterrestrials, space aliens. Oh, Malamute is a dog, so that must be a relative of a husky. And then red buds, I guess, are those trees with heart-shaped leaves? I don't recognize that. Is that right? Values of, okay, if you value something, you assess it. You sort of determine how much you believe it to be worth. Not around and formally is MIA, missing in action. Hurt and Hirschfeld, Al Hurt and Al Hirschfeld are both names I recognize. Why? Are they artists? I can't think. Anyway, that's correct. It's certainly correct. Dia de los Reyes Magos. And what is that? Day of the sort of mage kings. Is that the 3 magi? Anyway, let's keep going. Something much needed after an all-nighter. A nap, I guess? Businesses offering mud masks. Yeah, spas. Okay. It might raise a bunch of dough. Yeast will literally do that. Today, procedure. Uh, Not sure. Wedding planner's aid. Presumably, this is a theme clue. Venue, Venn something. Venue diagram. From Venn diagram. There we go. Very good. Okay, so that'll be the last of those. Russian denials are nyets, no in Russian. Nose in Russian, I guess. Kicked oneself for is rude. If you kicked yourself for something, you rued it, you regretted it. Roger that, yep, or yes, maybe. The Panthers of the ACC, I'm not sure. We'll come back to that. Last of the 13 original colonies to be founded. The American colonies that became the United States. It must have been Georgia. Pritifies is, I'm not sure. 500 milligrams 2 times a day, e.g. That's a dosage. The Panthers, yeah, okay, I'm not sure. Midwest city whose name becomes a Southwest city if you move the first letter to the end. Oh, that's interesting, but I don't know offhand. We'll come back to that. To leave someone speechless is to awe them. Kerfuffle is a whole to-do. It's a big commotion. Roger that. Yeah, it's yes or yep. Name that means pink in Spanish. Rosa. A stab of pain would be a twinge of pain. Pulls the chain of, so to speak. Tease, if you tease someone, you kind of pull their chain. So Midwest city is Ames, and the Southwest city is Mesa, Arizona. There we go. So it's at Ames, Iowa, I think. So the Panthers, I'm still not sure. It looks like Pitt, maybe. I don't recognize that, but that would work with yep. Let's try it and see. That was it. Okay, I mean, this solved, I think, it, at least today for me, pretty smoothly. I mean, it wasn't, I didn't fly through it. It still took 25 minutes, but it was, I don't think I was ever really stuck. I mean, there were a few cases where I had to look around for crosses to get the other thing, but there was always something we could move forward with. So, in that sense, I would say solving this felt a little more straightforward to me than the last couple of days of themeless puzzles. And that's often how it is on Sunday. It's a little more approachable than the previous 2 days, but just a much bigger grid. So it still takes a while, as it did today. And a very clever theme that fortunately was reasonably clear after the first instance. So sounds like a you problem. Use your words. We had sort of 2 revealers. Very often on Sunday, actually, we don't have a revealer in the grid because the name of the puzzle essentially serves as the revealer, as I think it could have done today. But I like this revealer. Sounds like a you problem. I think that's pretty good. Maybe that, my guess is that now having found that, that's probably the thing that kicked off the theme, but I could believe also that it might be the settlers of Yucatan, because that's such an outrageous phrase. I'd be very curious to know which of these 2 concepts came first, because I bet one of these was the starting point for this theme, and then the rest of them were thought of afterwards, but I could be obviously totally wrong. So anyway, the things that sound like a you problem are After Matthew from Aftermath, Review the Engine from Rev the Engine, The Settlers of Yucatan from The Settlers of Catan, Unites in Shining Armor from Knights in Shining Armor, 2.5 Menu from 2.5 Men, and finally Venue Diagram from Venn Diagram. There we go. Sounds like a you problem. Fortunately, not too much of a problem to solve today. And that was the Sunday Crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you have been enjoying these. And I'll be back tomorrow to solve a puzzle much more quickly, a much smaller, simpler puzzle, the Monday-themed crossword. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.